Another schematic that we include is the power consumption of the system, and this is per power net. And what I am ultimately looking at, for this is first off, a lot of these elements in a PMIC have the ability to be programmed to different voltages. So I can see, what are the potential program, what's the program voltage of that particular element? What are the max and min input voltages? I can also see in kind of a couple different places I have the power on sequence. But most importantly, I can see what the maximum power capability is of that rail, and then what the current consumption is on that rail currently. And then over on the right-hand side here, I can see how close I am. And generally, when I start getting above, 75%, I start getting pretty uncomfortable. And then I start, doing more detailed analysis of that particular rail. Now, for us, we have a spreadsheet that, for a bunch of these schematics that we produce are all kind of interconnected. So I'm not having to do this, over and over again. So furthermore, I look at a specific rail. So this is my 3v3 rail, and I list all of the sinks on that 3v3 rail and what their max consumption is. And this is a pretty docile design that I'm showing up here. But this information plugs directly into the PDN analyzer. So if I have it here, what you're going to do is either you're going to have this information in your schematics at your fingertips, or you're going to sit there when you're doing a PDN analysis and you're going to be looking up data sheets of individual components and plugging that information into the PDN analysis tool as you're doing it. This makes your job easier, but it also provides insight into the information that you use to do your simulations. Because simulations are only as good as the data that we feed into them. So if I'm feeding garbage into my simulation, I'm going to get garbage out. And by having this table, then I have some record of what, the information I use for that simulation, and someone can double check it as opposed to doing it on the fly.